Welcome the students of SC Civil for the subject Concrete Technology, Unit 5. The title is Concreting Equipments, Techniques and Special Concretes. The reference books which we will use, it is M.A. Shetty, Concrete Technology Theory and Practice, M.L. Gambhir, Concrete Technology Theory and Practice, A.M. Nevle, Properties of Concrete. Now we will see the course objectives. With the successful completion of the course, the student should have the capability to know the properties of various ingredients of concrete and concept of mixed design. Second course objective is to learn the behavior and properties of concrete in fresh state and hardened state. Third course objective is to understand special concrete and their applications. Fourth course objective is to understand the durability aspects and preventive measures to enhance the life of the concrete. Now we will see the course outcomes. On successful completion of this course, student will be able to select the various ingredients of concrete and its suitable proportion to achieve desired strength. Second course outcomes, able to check the properties of concrete in fresh state and hardened state. Third course outcomes, get acquainted to concreting equipments, techniques and different types of special concrete. Fourth course outcomes, able to predict deteriorations in concrete and get acquainted to various repairing methods and techniques. So this is the syllabus of unit number 5, concreting equipments, techniques and special concrete. It has part A, concreting equipments and techniques, which include batching plant, concrete mixers, hauling, pumps, concrete vibrators and compaction equipment. Special concreting techniques, ready mix concrete, underwater concreting, roller compacted concrete, cold and hot weather concreting. It also includes part B, special concretes, lightweight concrete and its types, foam concrete, no fine concrete, self-compacting concrete, high density concrete, fiber reinforced concrete, geopolymer concrete and ferrocement technique. Now we will see part A, concreting equipments and technique. Roller compacted concrete, it is also called as RCC, cold weather concreting and hot weather concreting. First we will see the roller compacted concrete, that is RCC. Roller compacted concrete, RCC, is a recent development particularly in the field of dam construction. Roller compacted concrete is a lean, no slump, almost dry concrete that is compacted by vibratory roller. A mixture of aggregates, cement and water are mixed in a conventional batch mixer or in other suitable mixers. Supplementary cementing materials such as fly ash can also be used. In some cases, high volume fly ash to the extent of 60% by weight of the cement can be used. The cement content ranges from 60 kg per meter cube to 360 kg per meter cube. Roller compacted concrete is placed in layers thin enough to allow complete compaction. The optimum layer thickness ranges from 20 cm to 30 cm. To ensure adequate bonding between the new and old layer or at cold joint, segregation must be prevented and a high plasticity bedding mix must be used at the start of the placement. A compressive strength of about 7 megapascal to 30 megapascal have been obtained. For effective consolidation, roller compacted concrete must be dry enough to support the mass of the vibrating equipment but wet enough to allow the cement paste to be evenly distributed throughout the mass during mixing and consolidation process. The first RCC dam was taken up during 1978 and completed during 1980 in Japan. A number of other dams quickly followed. By end of 1985, 7 RCC dams have been completed and this method of construction technology has been accepted. In the next 7 years, that is 1992, the number of dams constructed by this technique rose to 96 in 17 different countries, mainly in USA, Japan, Spain, etc. In India, roller compacted concrete has been used as a base concrete in the construction of Delhi-Mathura concrete road construction project. Similarly, RCC, that is roller compacted concrete, has been used as a base course concrete in Pune-Mumbai express highway construction. In both the project, the RCC, that is roller compacted concrete, was referred as dry lean concrete. The grade of concrete was M10, thickness was 15 centimeter. Such a concrete was thoroughly compacted by vibratory roller over which pavement quality concrete PQC of grade M40 35 centimeter thick was laid. So we have seen the roller compacted concrete, that is RCC. Now we will see the cold weather concreting. The normal procedure adopted for concreting in fair weather will not be laid for concreting when the temperature is low or below the freezing point. In India, such areas are fairly small when compared to fair weather regions. The production of concrete in cold weather introduces special and peculiar problems such as delay in setting and hardening, damage to concrete in plastic condition when exposed to below freezing point owing to the formation of ice lenses. Therefore, it is essential to maintain the temperature of the concrete positively above 0 degrees Celsius, possibly at much higher temperature. Now we will see the effects of cold weather on concrete. So first is delay in setting and hardening. The rate of hydration depends upon the temperature. If temperature is low, concrete may takes a long time to set and a longer time to harden, that is for the development of strength. The delay in setting time makes the concrete vulnerable to frost attack and other disturbances. Delay in hardening period does not facilitate removal of formwork in a short period. Also, the rate of progress of work will be very slow, all of which affects economy. Now we will see another effect of cold weather on concrete. The second is freezing of concrete at early age. When the temperature goes below freezing point, the free water contained in the plastic concrete freezes. Freezing of water not only prevents the hydration of cement but also makes the concrete expand. This expansion causes disruption of concrete due to which irreparable loss of strength and quality takes place. Now we will see another effects of cold weather on concrete. The third is the freezing and thawing. It is likely that due to varied behavior of climatic conditions in the cold weather regions, the fresh concrete or hardened concrete gets subjected to freezing and thawing cycles. The durability of concrete gets greatly impaired due to this alternate freezing and thawing. Freezing and thawing may also exert fatigue in the concrete. In dealing with the aspect of cold weather concreting, the following conditions may be discussed. First is the low temperature but above 0 degrees Celsius at the time of concreting and later during hardening period. Second, low temperature at the time of concreting but below 0 degrees Celsius during the hardening period. Third is temperature below 0 degrees Celsius at the time of concreting and during hardening period. And fourth is the hardening concrete subjected to alternate freezing and thawing. It is necessary to deal with the above four conditions to understand the behavior of concrete clearly and to take appropriate steps to offset the harmful effects of such conditions for successful pressing of concrete. Now we will see the first low temperature but above 0 degrees Celsius at the time of concreting and later during hardening period. Low temperature but above 0 degrees Celsius. If the temperature is only low but always above the freezing point, It only retards the rate of development of strength as shown in the maturity equation stated earlier. There is no other bad effect on the fresh concrete or hardening concrete. As a matter of fact, the ultimate strength of concrete cured at 9 degrees Celsius has been found to be of a higher order than that of the concrete cured at higher temperature. This may be due to the superiority of gel structure on account of slow growth. No other precautions are necessary except a recognition of the fact of delayed strength for stripping the formwork or for putting the concrete into service. So we have seen the first, the low temperature but above 0 degree at the time of concreting and later during hardening period. Now we will see the second, low temperature at the time of concreting but below 0 degree Celsius during the hardening period. Low temperature at the time of concreting but below 0 degree Celsius after concreting. After concreting, if the temperature falls below 0 degree Celsius, it is again necessary to view the conditions under the following two categories. First is the temperature falling below 0 degree Celsius when the concrete is still green. Here green means the fresh concrete. And second is the temperature prevailing below 0 degree Celsius after the concrete is sufficiently hardened. Many times it may so happen that the concrete will have been mixed and placed when the ambient temperature is above freezing point. But before the concrete has attained sufficient strength, the temperature of the air and also temperature within the concrete may fall below freezing point, in which case the free water still available in the concrete to freeze and form ice lanes in microscopic scale. So we will see, they are seeing the part B. Second, low temperature at the time of concreting but below 0 degree Celsius after concreting. These ice lenses formed in the capillary cavities may cause capillary suction of water from the ground if the ground is saturated and become bigger to disrupt the mass which disturbs the compaction of concrete. Ice formations may also appear as ice needles in the contact surface between the aggregate and cement paste. Figure 1 shows the increase in volume of concrete as a function of age at which freezing starts. Figure 2 also shows the increase in volume against number of cycles of freezing and thawing. After thawing, these ice needles will melt, forming cavities. Therefore, it can be concluded that freezing for freshly laid concrete seriously imparts the structural integrity of concrete and results in considerable loss of strength. So here we are seeing figure 1, increase in volume of concrete during prolonged freezing as a function of age when freezing starts. So on horizontal axis we can see the length of exposure of frost in hours, and on vertical axis the increase in volume in percentage you can see here. Here we can see figure 2, increase in volume of concrete subjected to freezing and thawing as a function of age at age when first freezing starts. On horizontal axis we can see number of cycles of freezing and thawing, and on vertical axis we can see the increasing volume in percentage. So we are seeing the second, that is low temperature at the time of concreting but below 0 degree Celsius after concreting. On the other hand, if the concrete is sufficiently hardened when freezing takes place, there will not be such much harm to the structural integrity of the concrete. If the concrete has sufficiently hardened, the water that has been mixed for making concrete will have been lost, either being used up in hydration process or lost by evaporation. Due to the formation of cement gels, the capillary cavities also will have been very much reduced, with the result that there exists very little of free water in the body of concrete to freeze. Therefore, firstly, the magnitude of volume change due to the formation of microscopic ice lanes in much less. Secondly, the concrete at this stage is strong enough to resist whatever osmotic pressure resulting from the freezing. Therefore, there is no immediate danger to the concrete. So we have seen the second, low temperature at the time of concreting but below 0 degrees Celsius during the hardening period. Now we will see the third, temperature below 0 degrees Celsius at the time of concreting and during hardening period. Certain precautions are absolutely necessary for concreting when the temperature is below 0 degrees Celsius so that the fresh concrete does not get frozen. The consequences of freezing of fresh concrete and the effect of sub-zero temperature on the hardening but not fully matured concrete has been explained earlier. Precautions to be taken and methods for carrying out concreting operations will be explained later. So we have seen the third, the temperature below 0 degrees Celsius at the time of concreting and during hardening period. Now fourth, we will see hardening concrete subjected to alternate freezing and thawing. Concrete pavements constructed at high altitude is normally subjected to alternate freezing and thawing. The interval of cycles may be between seasons to season or between day and night or even a couple of times in a day. It has been found out that the durability of hardened concrete is reduced to one-third to one-seventh when it is subjected to alternate freezing and thawing depending on the quality of the concrete. So we have seen the fourth, hardened concrete subjected to alternate freezing and thawing. So we have seen the first, low temperature but about 0 degrees Celsius at the time of concreting and later during hardening process. Secondly, we have seen the low temperature at the time of concreting but below 0 degrees Celsius during the hardening period. The third, we have seen the temperature below 0 degrees Celsius at the time of concreting and during the hardening period. The fourth, hardening concrete subjected to alternate freezing and thawing. So we have seen the cold weather concreting. Now we will see the hot weather concreting. Special problems are faced in making, placing and compacting concrete in hot weather and in cold weather. In India, most of the areas are in tropical regions and some areas in extremely cold weather regions. Therefore, it is necessary for us to be aware of the special problem faced in making concrete structure in both hot weather and cold weather regions. The procedure of concreting in such a situation is set out in IS 7861 Part 1 1975 and IS 7861 Part 1 1981. It is difficult to define what is hot weather condition. However, just for convenience, it is regarded that the concrete placed at an atmospheric temperature above 40 degrees Celsius is considered as hot weather concreting. At this temperature above 40 degrees Celsius, certain special problems are usually encountered. They are, first is the rapid rate of hydration of cement, quick setting and early stiffening. Second, rapid evaporation of mixing water. Third, greater plastic shrinkage. Fourth, less time for finishing. Fifth, reduced relative humidity. Sixth, absorption of water from the concrete by the subgrade and formwork. Seventh, difficulty in continuous and uninterrupted curing. And eighth is difficulty in incorporation of air entertainment. Now first we will see the rapid rate of hydration of cement, quick setting and early stiffening. At high ambient temperature, the setting time of the cement is reduced considerably. It must be remembered that the setting time, as discussed earlier, pertains to the temperature range of 27 degrees Celsius plus minus 2 degrees Celsius. At a higher temperature, naturally setting time will be reduced with the result that early stiffening takes place, which makes the concrete lose the workability. Partially set concrete may reduce the bond between the successive lifts more than anticipated. This is also pointed out that the quality of gel and gel structure formed at higher temperature in the early period of hydration is of poor quality. Concrete placed in hot weather no doubt develops high early strength, but it will suffer certain loss of long-term strength. The figure 3 shows the effect of curing temperature on 1 day and 28 days compressive strength. So here figure 3 shows effect of curing temperature on 1 day and 28 days compressive strength. On horizontal axis we can see the curing temperature in degrees Celsius. In vertical axis we can see the compressive strength in megapascal. So we have seen the first rapid rate of hydration of cement, quick setting and early stiffening. Now we will see the second, rapid evaporation of mixing water. Hot weather condition is normally associated with relatively lower relative humidity. On account of this, the water mixed with the concrete to give the required workability will be lost. The concrete turns to be unworkable with the result inordinate amount of compacting effort is required to compact concrete fully. If this is not forthcoming, large voids will remain in the concrete which are responsible for all the ills in concrete. So we have seen the second, rapid evaporation of mixing concrete. Now we will see the third, greater plastic shrinkage. The rate of evaporation of water from the surface of the concrete will be faster than the rate of movement of water from the interior of the surface. As a result, a moisture gradient will be set up which results in surface crack known as plastic shrinkage cracks. The plastic shrinkage is more pronounced in case of floors, roads, and pavement concrete where the surface area exposed is more when compared to the depth. So we have seen the third, greater plastic shrinkage. Now we will see the fourth, less time for finishing. In hot weather, finishing must be done as early as possible after placing. In certain cases, if early finishing is not possible due to faster stiffening and quicker evaporation of water, the quality of finishing will be of poor standard. Usually, extra fresh mortar is required to be used for finishing, which results in poor performance. So we have seen less time for finishing. Now we will see the absorption of water from concrete by the subgrade and formwork. In hot weather regions, the subgrade is normally dry and absorptive. The subgrade or surface of formwork is required to be wetted before placing the concrete. If this is not done carefully with proper considerations, the water in the concrete may be lost by absorption by the surface in contact with the concrete, making the contact zone poorer in quality. So we have seen the sixth, absorption of water from the concrete by the subgrade and formwork. Now we will see the seventh, difficulty in continuous and uninterrupted curing. In hot weather, comparatively early curing becomes necessary, particularly where 53 grade cement is used. Hot weather requires a continuous effort for curing. If there is any lapse, the concrete surface dries up fast and interrupts the continuous hydration. Once the interruption takes place, the subsequent wetting does not fully contribute to the development of full strength. No doubt, continuous curing in hot weather entails greater cost of water and labor. So we have seen the seventh, difficulty in continuous and uninterrupted curing. Now we will see the eighth, difficulty in incorporation of air entrainment. Air-entrained concrete is rarely used in hot weather conditions. However, if used from the consideration of better workability, greater proportion of air-entering agents are required to compensate for the loss of air entrained due to higher temperature. The norms given for standard temperature with respect to the percent air entrained cannot be taken as guide. So we have seen the eighth, difficulty in incorporation of air entrainment. So we have seen at this temperature above 40 degrees Celsius, certain special problems are usually encountered. They are: first, rapid rate of hydration of cement, quick setting and early stiffening. Second, rapid evaporation of mixing water. Third, greater plastic shrinkage. Fourth, less time for finishing. Fifth, reduced relative humidity. Sixth, absorption of water from the concrete by the subgrade and formwork. 7. Difficulty in continuous and uninterrupted curing. 8. Difficulty in incorporation of air entrainment. Precautions taken. To improve the quality of concrete, it is necessary that the temperature of the concrete should be as low as possible. To obtain such a condition, attempts should be made to keep the temperature of the ingredients of the concrete as low as possible. The following precautions should be taken. For the first, the aggregate; second, material; the water; and third is the production and delivery. So, hot weather concreting, first we will see the aggregates. The aggregate should be stockpiled in shade. Sprinkling of water over the stockpile and the evaporation of this water will result in lowering the temperature of the aggregate. If possible, heavy spraying of cold air over the aggregate just before it is batched is desirable. So we have seen the aggregates. Now we will see the water. The temperature of the mixing water has the greatest effect on the temperature of concrete. In practice, the temperature of water is easier to control than that of other ingredients. Even though the weight of water used is lesser than the other ingredients, the use of cold mixing water will effect good reduction of concrete temperature. If the ambient temperature is very high, the use of cold water may not be fully effective. Use of ice may be made as a part of mixing water. Crushed ice can be incorporated directly into the mixer. It shall be ensured that ice crystal should be completely melted by the time mixing is completed. So we have seen the water. Now we will see the third, the production and delivery. Temperature of aggregate, water and cement shall be maintained at the lowest practical level so that the temperature of the concrete is below 40 degrees Celsius at the time of placement. The concrete mixer must be positioned as close to the final place of deposition to reduce the length of delivery of the minimum. Reinforcement, formwork and subgrade should be sprinkled with cooled water just prior to placing the concrete. The concrete is placed in comparatively thin layers so that the time interval between the successive lifts is reduced. Concrete on finishing must be covered effectively to prevent loss of moisture from the concrete. So we have seen the third, production and delivery. So we have seen the precautions to be taken in hot weather concreting. To improve the quality of concrete, it is necessary that the temperature of the concrete should be as low as possible. To obtain such conditions, attempts should be made to keep the temperature of the ingredients of the concrete as low as possible. The following precautions could be taken for first the aggregate, second water, and third production and delivery. So we have seen the hot weather concreting. We have seen part A, concreting equipment and techniques. We have seen roller compacted concrete, RCC, cold weather concreting and hot weather concreting. So this is the syllabus of unit number 5, concreting equipment, techniques and special concrete, concreting equipment and techniques, batching plant, concrete mixer, hauling pumps, concrete vibrators and compaction equipment, special concreting techniques, ready mix concrete, underwater concreting, roller compacted concrete, cold and hot weather concreting. It also includes part B, special concretes, which includes lightweight concrete and its types, foam concrete, no fine concrete, cell compacting concrete, high density concrete, fiber reinforced concrete, geopolymer concrete and ferrocement technique. Now these are the YouTube links available on YouTube. Module 1, lecture 20, roller compacted concrete, special concretes, fiber and roller compacted concrete, a contractor's perspective on roller compacted concrete, use of roller compacted concrete for low volume concretes, development of ACI 327R14 Guide to Roller Compacted Concrete Pavements, US Army Corps of Engineers experience with roller compacted concrete pavements, Jagin RCC Dam, first roller compacted concrete dam in Iran, Pivanar, an introduction to roller compacted concrete, roller compacted concrete RCC City of Roswell CNCA, how to lay roller compacted concrete, Module 1 Lecture 18 Concreting in cold weather, Module 1 Lecture 19 Concreting in hot weather concreting in India, precautions, difficulty, must watch. Next YouTube link, cold weather concreting, types of concreting, concrete technology, civil engineering, hot weather concreting, effects and procedure, concrete technology, civil engineering. Lecture 12, extreme weather concreting and admixture, RCC dam, Testa low dam stage 4. Thank you all students.